Alright, you pros, how are you doing? My name is... pretty sure you know it by now. But anyways, today, before I do the point of the video, I'm just gonna tell you guys a very important announcement. It's your birthday, your boys' birthdays today. It's the 12th of November 2023, and your boy has grown older. Yay! Road to older age, yippee! But anyways, aside from that announcement of my birthday, just wanna go to the main point of the video, which is basically, what was I about to say? Yeah, worst cookies. It's like the guy doesn't even know how, he doesn't even have a script and doesn't even know what video he makes, you know. Anyways, worst cookies for world exploration. Because 1. Ranking cookies on guild is stupid, ranking cookies on arena is stupider, and ranking cookies overall is the stupidest. Okay? And I know a lot of people are gonna be wondering, wait, didn't Hyrule just release a video of like the same premise? And I'm just gonna say yeah, what are you gonna do about it? I steal his content, well once. This is the first time. And likely won't be the last. Because his video is flawed, okay? He's has an overall usage which is dumb, okay? If you don't like it, you hurt my feelings. Anyways, worst cookie of each rarity in world exploration. Not alliance, not anything else, just world exploration, story mode, dark mode, master mode. We're gonna be going from ancient to common. Starting off with the ancients, which the worst one is obviously golden cheese because it's common sense and it should be common sense. Next up is dragon, which by logic he's technically the best and the worst of his rarity. And I'm just gonna elaborate even further because I feel like it's unfair for time. He's not awful for PvE, but he's not that great either. Cause his damage is subpar, and he doesn't really just... he's not really a tank by any means, so you have to use him with like another tank, which is eh. But you have to like use him as like a sub DPS, I guess, with like Tart as the main DPS, or Black Pearl, whatever, Mango, Moonlight. He's not bad, but he's kind of gimmicky to be good in PvE. I'm just gonna explain some more in like my PvE tier list that's coming up, so stay tuned. I think I've already recorded once 2 hours and I forgot my microphone was on. Anyways, on to legendaries, and it's Frost Queen. It's just Frost Queen. She's downright terrible on her own. She doesn't have the range to be good, because most of PvE nowadays has just become get cookies with global range, in normal stages that is, and that's it. Frost Queen doesn't have the range, she doesn't have the damage by any means. She relies heavily on frost stacks, which basically just screams pair her up with Sherbet, which is not a good combo by any means. And against debuff immune enemies, yeah, she's just gonna be... You're better off never casting her ability in the first place. And yeah, that's basically it. She doesn't have any synergies. In later worlds, she absolutely sucks. You have like stuff like Mango or Tart that are significantly better. And just, yeah. Even in like stalling, there's just better options. Way better options. On top of her ability taking like 20 billion years to even activate. So, yeah. Please never give her a crystal gem, for the love of Christ. But anyways, on to the super epics. Hopefully I've explained this very well. For the super epics, I am just gonna go with Sherbet. Sherbet is just not that great. I'm gonna be honest. Like, a close second is Capsaicin, but at least he has some merit to him, such as like burn damage, but they're both equally garbage. Like, Sherbet just doesn't do anything against crowds, and against bosses like debuff immunity, he just doesn't do a lot of damage. And against hit shields, you'd rather just bring, like, Blackberry or Clotted, who, first of all, deals significantly more damage and hit twice as more. And you wouldn't want to use Sherbet as your main DPS either. He's just bad by every mean. Now, he wouldn't have been the worst if Dark Mode 16 wasn't nerfed to hell. Because of that nerf, Sherbet just hasn't become very necessary. Now you might want to make the argument of, yeah, but 1618 could be rough and all of that. But you have like options like, I don't know, Crunchy Chip? I don't know. Like, I don't, just hit him a lot of times. You don't even need Sherbet. You can just go like Milky Way, Rye, Moonlight, Black Pearl, and like, I don't even know anything. Just bomb rush the guy and you're done. And you might have another argument, which is like 1610, but even then, just bring Paper Charm or any cookie that zaps. Now you might want to like tell me why didn't I put like either Clotted or Oyster in there, because one, Clotted is not that terrible either. He has some uses and he has some merits. He hits a lot more than Sherbet. He deals significantly more damage than Sherbet. He deals with crowds better. It's just his weakness is boss damage, but you know, it's only fair. And Oyster, because you never underestimate crit buffs plus a meat shield. This is one thing that I have noticed from so many people. People notice that she's garbage because they don't notice a lot from her, but the thing is that you don't really notice her because of her damage. It's because of her crit buff, which are amazing. Especially like stuff like Cream Puff. Why do people tell her she's the best? She does the exact same thing as Oyster, but just heals on top of that. But this is a worst cookie tier list, and the worst super epic is Sherbet. There, I said it. Ah, I'm going insane. I have to keep this short, but I can't, because I love this. I love explaining. Anyways, on to epics, and you know, it's not Fig. It's actually Frilled Jellyfish. Frilled Jellyfish just fundamentally does not work in PvE at all. First of all, the fact that her damage entirely comes from Zap is just... ugh! It's downright garbage. She hits like 5 times, which is not even enough to compensate bringing her to the team. The Shackle is meaningless when you have like other options like Donuts, or Brutes, or Werewolf, or Wildberry even, like anything that stuns. Because Shackle is essentially just another stun if you think about it. And the fact that all of her damage comes from Zap is garbage, since Zap is quite literally the worst DOT in the entire game. She does nothing against debuff immune enemies, she just sits there. The water damage is not worth it since it's just an attack boost, which is more restricted, I guess. If you want like someone who buffs the team, just bring pomegranates. Just bring pomegranates. Her entire gimmicks just fundamentally do not work. If she dies, like she spawns that little jellyfish, which like, congrats on making her die, but you're not getting the 3-star on the stage, like what's the point? And if you bring Feather, I guess, like, yeah, the jellyfish is not gonna spawn. And if you use her as a front, it's like, why? Just, she's very cute, but I wish she was better. Dear God. Sorry. On to these specials, and yeah, I mean, you gotta go with Sonic on this one.
So ready.
Now you might be wondering why it's Sonic and not Tails, because at least Tails is like, you know, oh, he has a defense boost?
Let's get this
What does he
party
have?
started.
Oh, never mind, Tails is the worst special, what do you know? But yeah, I thought Tails was like, had like an attack boost, but yeah. Now that he has a defense boost, yeah, he's the worst special by a mile. The BTSs are all the same, and they're essentially just Snapdragon, but worse, I guess. The reason why Tails is just so bad because, one, melee ambush, which is by far the smartest idea Death Sisters has ever come up. So he not only does he die easily, and he also just doesn't deal that much damage either. I mean, to be fair, he's a collab cookie, so yeah, he is supposed to be bad. I think just Sonic has some merit, which is like attack speed, which is fine, I guess, but yeah. Yeah, but if you do not have Sonic and Tails, just the worst one is B. I don't know. Just like you're only gonna have Snapdragon anyway, so what do you know? On to the rares, and the worst one is just by a landslide Alchemist. She has such. She literally just. I'd make this argument that she is the worst cookie in Cookie Run history. As a player who has played Black Pearl Islands and has gone top 25, never in my life have I or any other considered using Alchemist. She is just so trash. The poison damage is so slow. The ability is so slow. The damage is bad, even for a rare. Like, you can compare her with, like, Gumball or something, which at least does fine damage. Alchemist just... Shut up! Alchemist just has, like, terrible stats. And she has terrible damage. Cannot do anything against, like, debuff immune enemies, but even then, like, why would you use her there? But we're talking about PvE, so... He's like... And if you're facing off against debuff immune enemies, congratulations, you're just throwing a bottle of water at them. Yay, you'd rather just never use its ability. And the fact that it takes like 5-6 seconds to even prepare the thing in the first place, it makes her cooldown like 22 seconds, which is the longest in the entire game, all for something that is easily interruptible too. You can just push her back, you can just do a handshake or whatever, and it'll interrupt her. Just... one of the worst in the entire game. Probably the worst cookie in this game. Worse than Yam without magic candy. Insane. And lastly, we got to comments. And the worst is just her. Just... yeah, no, just bad, terrible, awful, rather. At least, like, with Gingerbrave and Muscle, they have some merit, like, such as like, a very short cooldown, and I mean an insanely short one. Strawberry just doesn't really have a whole lot for her. All she does is just deal damage. That's it, just no utility. Just damage. And an ability that just gets interrupted easily. The merit between her and, like, Muscle, I guess they're, like, both equal. The strength of Muscle is that at least he can, like, touch the backline, I think. I guess. But, yeah. I guess, like, you can just put Muscle and Strawberry both together on garbage tier. Because, first of all, the trade-off between Muscle and Strawberry is that Muscle, you're trading hits for damage, but with Strawberry, you're just trading damage for hits. It's like, both of them are equally as bad. Anyways, do I really have to talk about this? Seriously? Oh dear god, why is there a CRK player coming to my house? Oh no! I shall do justice and stop joking. Anyways, back to the Ancients. I know a lot of people had a heart attack when I mentioned Golden Cheese, but she is the worst cookie in the entire game, and that should be common sense. But... considering she doesn't exist, let's go on to the worst ancient in PvE, which is Dark Cacao. He's just a jack of all trades, but in reality he's just a jack of nothing. He has so many debuffs that just tries to make him good on something, but he has so many debuffs that are just so low it makes him good on nothing. His damage is abysmal. His health! Dearest me! He has worse health than Werewolf! His health is just so low, and his... I don't know why, is it just me, or does his defense and HP just feels so much lower than anything else? And it's not like because of promotions or anything either. He's not worth to run in PvE either because sure he has the zap, but like yeah, he got hurt, you know. He got a significantly better character, and even then, if you wanna go the lowest of the lowest, just run Paper Charm or even him. He's Soldier, I think. But yeah, his damage is awful, his HP is awful, the zap is the only thing that just somewhat makes merit of him, but yeah, just completely awful. Now, a close second is Holly Berry, but we're on to the worst of the worst, and it's Dark Cacao. Just, yeah. So, moral of the story, worst ancient is Dark Cacao, worst dragon is himself, worst legendary is Frost Queen, worst super epic is a clone Sherbet and Capsaicin, worst epic is Frail Jellyfish, worst special is Tails, worst rare is Alchemist, and worst common is either Strawberry or Bustle. Anyways, that was about it. I hope you enjoyed my very special commentary. I hope I have intellected you guys better than Flop Rule, who misleads people. Make some actually reliable lists, my guy. And if you don't like this video, please put a comment. I'd love that. Anyways, that's about it. A PvE tier list is coming up, and quite frankly I would have released it way earlier, but I've recorded for like an hour and a half and I forgot to turn on my microphone, so I wasted like 2 hours for nothing. But anyways, if the next video is not like a PvE tier list, then it could just be something silly, I don't know. But anyways, that's about it. Have a good one. See ya, pros.